Hello, this practice is called Unhinge your hips and hamstrings. Are you feeling a little tight? This girl is for sure. I just returned back from a 4-hour car ride with a 15-pound cat on my thighs the whole way. Of course, we didn't want to stop because we were afraid that we would wake him up, and he doesn't really like the car. So needless to say, my back is a little frozen and paralyzed, and my hamstrings are like concrete. And sitting is just not our friend. We know this. So sitting, whether it's at our desk or in a car, commuting, travel in an airplane, or on our sofa, it just locks us up. And so this is going to be a shorter, condensed practice, but effective in unhinging the tightness in our hips and hamstrings. And so oftentimes when the lower extremities, hips, hamstrings, and all the way around get tight, they have an adverse effect, of course, on our back and just our whole mood. Like we get really crabby when our back and hamstrings and hips are tight. So I hope this lifts your mood, helps you feel better in your body, gives you a deeper sense of freedom. So let's jump right in. You'll need a couple blocks if you have them. Or if you're feeling really tight, just grab a chair and you can put your hands on the seat of the chair. So I'm going to start off with 2 blocks, and we're going to start right in gently, slowly with the hamstrings. So I'm going to take both blocks and just bring them down here on the high setting because I'm feeling like concrete. And I'll walk back just a little bit. So you can put your heel of the hands on the blocks, or you could come to your fingertips, whichever you want. We're simply going to bend and straighten the legs. So bend your knees, and as you do, push your hips back a little bit more and just elongate through the spine, extending forward with your chest. Good. And then press down actively through your feet, 4 corners of the feet as you begin to straighten, and then just bow the head a bit and look inward. Let's add some breath here to the equation. It's always helpful. So inhale as you bend, hips back, heart forward. Press through the feet. Exhale as you straighten. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, bend, hips back. Really make contact with the feet as you press down and straighten. 2 more times. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last one. And then just bend the knees deeply, walk your hands to your thighs, and let's arch the back here and then round the back, just tilting the pelvis and extending forward again. Our body is all interconnected, as we know. So as we're giving attention to all the hips and hamstrings and so forth in the lower extremities, we also want to give some love to our back, our spine, and above the waistline. Let's do one more time. Inhale into cow and exhale into cat. And we'll come all the way up to standing. We'll transition now onto our back. And I did forget to say that a belt would be handy in this practice, a belt or a towel or something. So you might need to pause me and get one of those if you have it. And if you don't have a towel or a belt handy, maybe you could use your sweatshirt or something. And you might not need any of it. So we'll come onto our back and extend the left leg long. Let your head relax. Then bring the right leg in. So we're going to point the toes, point them. And then inhale, bring the right knee towards the chest. And then exhale, straighten wherever straighten is for you at this moment. At the end of that, flex your feet. Just flex and stretch up through your heel. Now let's repeat that again. Inhale, bend, knee towards chest. Exhale, straighten and go to a heel. Point the toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and flex at the very end, like the exclamation point. 2 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And last one. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Placing the right leg down. Let's do the left side. Now, if you're feeling really tight or the back is specifically tender, then you could keep this leg bent as well. So just know that. Inhale, bend the left leg in, point the toes. Exhale, straighten, and then at the very end, flex the foot. Ooh, reach through the heel. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. So we're sneaking up on the hamstrings here. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and reach through the heel as you flex. One more time. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Good. Now bring both knees into the chest. Just give them a squeeze. And extend both legs up. Flex the feet and reach up through the heels. And then point the toes. And then open the legs. Bend the knees towards your shoulders. Reach up for happy baby pose. You could hold the ankles or shins or feet. Do a gentle rocking side to side. Yes, we took a journey to Omaha where our children live and grandchildren. And of course, we had to take our other fur baby, Cash, the Siberian cat, with us. And he's getting better at riding in the car, but he likes to sit on my lap and he's very heavy. Let's bring the legs together and feet together, and we'll just rock up to a seated position or roll to your side. We're going to swing around and come into a down dog. And we'll do the same idea in down dog where we bend and straighten. So first we establish strong arms, steady hands, feet are hip width apart. And then we're going to start with bending. And when we bend here, let's tilt the tailbone up. So a little lumbar curve. And then slowly straighten, and naturally that curve will dissipate. Bend and accentuate the lumbar curve if possible, unless that does not feel good on your back. Straighten and let the arches of the feet stretch down. Ooh, get into the calves as well. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And last time. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Oh, lower the knees down to the mat. And then walk the hands back to your knees as you come up. Let's roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. We don't want to forget about the upper body. A lot of tension can float upwards here. And just one more. Let's do one more here. One more circle of the shoulders. We're going to take our left leg forward and stand up. Now you might want to hold on to the back of a chair or put your hand on a wall. As we move into the outer hip region, we'll come into standing baby cradle. So we'll bend the knees deeply. Hold on to something with your left hand if you want, as you cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And then just ease into this here, pressing the hips back and keeping a nice bend in the standing leg. The depth of your bend will determine the depth of your stretch here. So let's see what works for you. Speaking of Cash, the road warrior, he just walked into the room. Can you feel him? Dun, dun, dun. You can hear him. Here he goes. There's a door behind this screen. And can you hear him? He wants to get out. It's just not going to work though. Let's release and switch sides. Cash, the people really don't want to hear you doing that. So could you maybe find something else to do? Here we go. Let's do the other side. So we'll cross the left ankle if you have, right ankle, and come on over. Here's a blanket you like to lay in. How about that, dude? And extend your hips back. Yeah, he's bored. He's like, yeah, I'm going back to that door again. And oh, this feels so good. Push your hips back, bending the standing knee. I'm so sorry. Let me just put him out of the room. Okay, buddy, it's time for you to go in the other room. And now release your foot, both feet on the ground. And from there, standing on up. We've started to move into the hips there. Let's come on down to a seated position. Similarly, say that 3 times. Similarly, right leg out, left ankle crosses over, and then we'll bring the right foot back. And this time, let's move side to side with the legs. So just let them rock a little back and forth. And then stopping in the middle, simply switch. Left leg straightens, right leg crosses. And we'll bring it on in. Ooh, this side's a little more special. Let's let the legs sway a little side to side. And then we will stop in the middle and release. Now we'll just progress right on down to our backs. I'd like you to arch the low back slightly away from the mat. So there's a little bit of space you could move your fingers under, and then cross the left ankle. Now see if you can maintain that sense of trying to keep an arch there. It might flatten, but then try to find some sense of that. So we'll bring the legs up into eye of the needle, and then press the legs forward away from your chest to once again try to create a little pocket of space under your low back. Flex your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other a little bit. And you can maintain stillness or a little rocking. See what feels right for you. This is our third variation of this outer hip stretch. So I think the hips are getting the message, don't you? Let's release both feet down to the mat. Take a deep breath. Release it slowly. Another deep breath. And release. Keep sending signals to the body, to the nervous system that all is well. We need to release that tension. Let's cross the right ankle over now. Find the arch in the low back. Pick up the left leg and then press the legs forward away from your chest to try to create that curve in the low back. Flex your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. And then just a gentle rock if you choose. There's a tendency to get tightness in the shoulders here, so just intentionally try to relax your shoulders. Relax the muscles of your face. And stopping in the middle. In the middle, separate your feet wide. We're going to move to a different area of the hip. Let's start with some windshield wipers, good old standby windshield wipers. So as your legs fall to the left, just pause and elongate out through your right thigh. And then legs up and over to the other side. Pause. And just try to stretch your left leg bone longer. And let's do that again, either side. Left legs are to the left here. Pause. And breathe. And then up and over. And that's just like a little preheating the oven there for your quads. We'll bring the legs together and then just roll to your side and on over to your stomach. So coming onto your stomach, and let's do just a little gentle cobra here. Hands forward and inhale, lifting up a little bit, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Doesn't have to be high, just warming up the spine, stretching through the front line of the body. Those hip flexors get tight, and we start to hunch and round over in our posture when they get tight. And now let's come onto our elbows. Elbows under shoulders for Sphinx pose. Try to draw the elbows back while you stretch forward through the belly, chest, and head. Breathe here in Sphinx pose. Bring your legs closer together if they're apart, and then bend your right leg. turn your left forearm in and reach back for your foot. Now, if it's not easily accessible, start from the side position like I'm showing you here, and then either stay side like this if you're feeling a stretch through your quadricep, or turn and come back down to the stomach. Holy moly. Ay, ay, ay. I can feel this. I would say I have quads of concrete. You can extend back through the right thigh bone while drawing forward through the chest, just like we did in Sphinx. And let's let go of the foot and keep drawing up through the ribs as you bend the left leg. Now start on your side if that feels better, and then roll to the stomach if you choose, or stay on the side. And oh my goodness, I have a matching set of very tight quads. How are you doing? Are you feeling something, my friend? Draw the heel towards the bottom. And then let's release that. Oh, how about a good old down dog from here? Let's lift up and back. Just feel a nice elongation of your spine as you press your pelvis upward. Put a micro bend in your knees, and then just let the arches, like the center of your foot, stretch down a bit more towards the ground. Good old down dog releases a whole lot of stiffness in the body, while at the same time creating a nice strengthening to the upper body, lengthening through the spine. Let's lower our knees down and sit back for a few moments of just feeling, resting in child's pose. Take a couple nice deep breaths here, letting every cell of your body get the message that it's okay to release any holding. And then lifting the head, we'll step the right leg forward, going a little deeper into the hip flexors and quadriceps. We'll come into a nice lunge here. Curl the back toes under, please, and draw the back knee forward. And then as you come upright more, just pause here and see how it might feel down the left thigh from the hip, front of the hip, all the way down to the knee. You could deepen it by adding a left arm up. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Now you could touch down here and either just stay right here and add a twist, or add a twist and a quad stretch by bending the back leg and reaching back to see if the foot's available. Now sometimes you get a cramp in your hamstring, like I just did there, and you might have to let go a little bit. So I'm drawing the heel in. You don't have to do the foot grab, you can just do the twist as well. Oh my, that's a tight thigh. I promise I won't sing any more than that. Let's release down and step back to downward dog. And in this down dog, let's bend the knees and arch the low back. Let the hips just sway a little, wiggle side to side. As the hips release, the back gets happier and happier. Let's lower the knees and step the left foot forward, and then come upright. And you can add the right arm up, extending. Wow. Yoga is such a practice of awareness. We get to be fully aware of where our body needs more love and attention and opening. If we didn't do this practice, we probably wouldn't know. I know I wouldn't. I'd just wake up one day and be a big lump of petrified wood. And from here, we'll reach down to the ground. Again, you can add a twist here and pause with your breath, or you can reach back and bring the foot up. Whenever you meet up with that resistance, show it your breath. Let it feel the pulsation of your breath. Good, and release. Let's step back to down dog. And guess what's coming around the corner now, my friends? Pigeon. So let's start by lifting the right leg up and take it forward. Right knee towards the right wrist as you come into el pigeon, a pigeonado. And pause here for a moment as you draw your back heel towards the midline. Now you have options. You can come down to reclining pigeon here on your forearms and sit in the posture a bit deeper. Or if you want still yet a deeper opening for your quadriceps, you can come up and do the same thing you just did. Reach around in pigeon pose and draw the heel in. Oh, just when you thought it couldn't go any deeper. You could also come down to your elbow here. Sometimes that's interesting. Although I do feel more stretch when I'm up here, but everyone's different. And then let's release, make our way back to down dog. Whew. Check in with your breath and see how it's all feeling. And float the left leg up and we'll take it right on up to pigeon. Knee towards the left wrist. If pigeon bothers your knee, I always give that option to lay on your back and do eye of the needle instead. Holding here, really growing tall through the spine. Coming down to forearms if you choose. And then deciding whether the back leg is an option for you at this time, reaching back and draw the heel in. Again, I feel more stretch if I come upright here. And release. Let's make our way back to down dog. Walk the hands to the feet and notice how your hamstrings might hopefully be a little more spacious. The back of the legs more open. We'll roll up through the spine. We've given love to the hamstrings, to the quadriceps, to the outer hips. Now I want to go to the inside of the hip here. So let's just do a nice standing forward bend. I like to bend my knees just a little bit here as I come down to the ground. And then push your pelvis back, just like we did when we started this whole party here. Bend the knees, lengthen forward through the chest, and then straighten the legs and look inward. Again, as you bend the knees deeply, press your pelvis back, but extend forward through the heart. Straighten. Inhale, bend. Widen the knees. Exhale, straighten. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Turn your right foot slightly out and walk your hands over to the right a little as you deeply bend into that leg. Up and over, other side. Turn the left foot out as you deeply bend into the left leg. Coming back to center, wiggle your feet in nice and slow, heel toe, and then bend the knees, lower your bottom down, come into a nice little seat on the ground. Bring the soles of the feet together and reach down and hold the ankles or feet or shins, and then just little gentle pulses with the legs, just like little wings fluttering. Yeah. I'm feeling better. I hope you are too. Or maybe you were feeling great to begin with. Hope you're feeling just a little more free in your body. Let's bring the hands behind us and then just look down at the feet. Press the heels firmly together. Flex the feet and then press the balls of the feet firmly together. And then just dynamically press the heels a little bit more and slightly tone your buttocks. Just feel a lengthening of the thigh bones go out towards the opposite sides of the room. You actively press through your feet. The balls of the feet are now open on me. They're not touching, but the heels are firmly pressing and lengthen tall through the spine. And then release. We're going to add a little twist here, which is always beneficial for the hips and low back. So we'll cross the left leg under us and the right leg over. Okay, left leg under, right leg over. Now you could always take this bottom leg and leave it straight as well. So know that that is an option. And then we'll twist to our right, holding the front leg, lengthen up. Try to anchor the right sitting bone down close to the floor or touching. And inhale, lengthen, and exhale, turn. That front leg, the one that you're holding, hug it towards your chest. So draw it in towards your chest. And then re-anchor the right sitting bone down. Breathing slow, steady breath. Coming back to center, and let's switch that out. Right leg comes under, left over. And you take the arm and just cradle the knee and squeeze it in towards your torso. And then drop the left sitting bone down because it will tend to hike up. Grow tall through the spine. Big breath lifts you up. Exhale, begin to twist gently, hugging the front knee into you. I also like to press that knee into my arm. So just as much as I'm hugging with my arm, then leg is responding back by pressing into the arm. Hopefully that makes sense. Keep anchoring the left sitting bone and let the breath help you facilitate this twist. We'll come back to the center. Ooh la la, we have 2 more to go here. Let's take the legs out wide. Toes facing the ceiling, kneecaps facing the ceiling. So you might have to just rotate your legs a little bit up to do that. I place the hands behind me on the floor and just press down to help lengthen the spine. Then the weight gets lighter on the pelvis. So lift the pelvis a little bit and slide forward and then place the pelvis back down. Keep the hands there. I'm on my fingertips now to just help stay lifted. And then just make the action very simple with the legs. Flex the feet, anchor down the heel, the back of the calf, back of the knee, the back of the hamstring. Press it all downward. Feel the muscles on top engaged here. Feel your quadriceps come online. And just hold that. Can you hold that steady? Support it with breath. And then why not? Why not bring a little core connection in here? So engage your abdomen. See about taking your arms out to the side and stay tall through the spine. We'll hold for 8, 7. Keep lengthening up. 6, 5. Press the legs down more actively. 4, 3, 2, 1. Too much fun. Bring the hands in. Bend the knees. Oi, and bring them on in. And the last one, my friends, we're going to be reclined on our back. Yay! So this is where the belt might come in handy. And again, a belt or a towel or something. We'll place the belt around the ball of the right foot and bring the leg up straight. Lengthen the left leg And then just take the belt in your right hand. So both pieces of the belt in the right hand. Slide your right elbow down to park on the floor. Then from here, we'll open the leg about 6 to 8 inches, not too wide, and bring it back to center. Okay, so inhale, open a little bit. Exhale, center. Get the breath fluid. Inhale, open a little, and center. Now open just a little bit wider, and center. Inhale, open. Use your core to keep your torso stable, your pelvis stable, so it's not rocking side to side. Now engage the core, put your awareness there as you open the leg now to its widest point without you tilting your pelvis. Okay, so stop if you feel the left side of your pelvis uprooting. Extend through the ball of your foot into the belt. Good. Bring it up to center and pause. Now reach up with both arms, separate the belt into two, and then just slide about halfway down the belt and wrap it around your hands once. Okay. From here, we're going to press for 5 counts the foot into the belt. So it's like you're pressing your foot that way towards the left foot on the floor. So here we go. We're going to press 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release on the pressing and just draw the leg towards you a tiny bit. Keep it in its new position. And again, press 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. When you exhale, move it towards you, maybe just a little bit more. Keep the floor leg anchored. Last one here. Press 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. On the exhale, see if there's any more movement. And then start to bend the right knee up towards the right armpit as you're pulling down with the belt, lengthening your floor leg yet longer. And then bring the foot towards the midline and straighten and just float it on down, boom, to the mat. Well done. Let's do the left side. So we'll bring the belt right on the ball of the foot. Let's put the belt into one piece and into the left hand. Slide the left elbow down to park on the floor. And then we'll just start with little movements here. So just maybe 8 inches out and back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Keep going. Now go just a little bit further this time. Still in that place where the abdominals are supporting you, stabilizing you. Inhale out. Exhale up. Now go a little bit further out. Find your max without the pelvis lifting up. Again, trying to anchor here through your core. Hold there. Press through the ball of the left foot. Keep engaged to the abdomen and let the core connection assist you in bringing the leg back to center. And now we'll separate the belt into 2 pieces, wrap it around the hands about halfway down. And we'll start here, pressing forward with the leg into the belt. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let up on the pressing and bring it towards you a little bit and wait. And now here we go. Press 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. As you exhale, bring it towards you a little bit. Again, press 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Exhale, bring it towards you. Start to bend the knee off towards the left armpit as you pull down with the belt. You're still pressing your foot up into the belt. There's an action of pressing up, and grow longer through your bottom leg. Make it go really long. And then slowly straighten, release the belt, float the leg down, place the belt off to the side, and just stretch your arms over your head. While you're stretching over your head, feel a big arch come into the low back. Spread your fingers, spread your toes, and then start to slide your heels, bring your feet up the mat, and bring your knees towards your chest. Take your arms in a T and legs go to the right about 3/4 of the way, and then back up and over to the left. 3/4. We're not going all the way to the floor on this variation. Just keep going back and forth. And then pausing in the middle, we'll place the feet on the ground. Open the legs into butterfly where the soles of the feet meet up. A nice arch under the low back. And let's just place the hands on the low belly region. And breathing in consciously, when you exhale, just send a sense of ease and release all the way down the spine into the low back and pelvis and hips. Just continue your focused breath moving down on the exhale into the belly. One more slow breath. Feel the legs getting heavier. And then slowly fold the legs back together and keep the knees touching, but separate your feet out a little bit. So there's like a tent or a teepee. The knees are together, the feet are apart, and feel a nice arch in the low back, heaviness in the pelvis, even a hollowness down in the low belly region. And let yourself just down regulate here with an easy, soft, natural breath. As we release tension and the residue that settles in from excess sitting, the body starts to feel a sense of freedom, starts to feel lighter, more mobile, more fluid. As yogis, I think we're constantly seeking this. Once we get a taste of it, we know that the body can feel that way. So I hope this practice was helpful to you. You can maybe save it in your favorites and come back to it when you need to unhinge your hips and hamstrings. And let's open the knees and pick the feet up and just hold the kneecaps and draw the legs towards your chest. And then rolling to your right side and proceed to gently press yourself up. Coming into a seated position, whether it's cross-legged or sitting up on a block, just for a few moments. And let the eyes close and simply feel. Feel the wholeness of you. And just encourage a few more conscious breaths here, just as if they're conscious breaths that are circulating through every single part of the body, looking for any extra hidden tension and ushering it out on your exhalation. And let the hands meet up in front of the heart. We take a bow. It's my divine privilege to guide you in this practice. So thank you for joining me. I bow to the light in each of you. Namaste. I appreciate you joining me as always, and hope you're all doing well. Look forward to seeing you in the next practice. Let me know in the comments if you like this class, and if you have any other, what's the word I say, requests. If any other requests for different types of classes that you would like to see, I'm always open to your suggestions and look forward to those. So thanks everyone. Have a good one.